Hey Cancer, welcome to your weekly forecast for April 19th through the 25th. First and foremost, guys, my apologies. I know I've been kind of inconsistent with posting, and I know a lot of you are waiting for that next podcast episode. I'm going to do it this coming week, and I'm going to tell you what's been going on and where I've been at. But I'm here. I'm here. I promise I'm here. We're going to be posting more consistently, and we're going to see what is happening here for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead. And we're going to go right on in right now, dear Cancer friends. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Alrighty. One more. All right. So, first up, we've got the King of Swords, okay? I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot readings and we see the court cards come up and we're immediately talking about another person, okay? That's because a lot of tarot readings are usually centered around love and romance. And on this channel, welcome to my channel if you're new, we focus in the weekly readings about you. Less about other people, more about you, okay? Love readings I have linked in the description, but we're going to talk about the King of Swords as it pertains to you, Cancer. Some of you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. However, we're going to talk about the attributes of the King of Swords and what it means when he comes up, okay? King of Swords is going to be about negotiations. It's going to be about coming to agreements. King of Swords is the master at finding the win-win in a situation. Cancer, I feel like a lot of you have been in a like should I stay or should I go kind of scenario or situation in a work situation, or maybe something within a relationship or a family dynamic. And I feel like there's this sense of pride in you where you're like, no, I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna walk away. I'm not gonna, like, like you have this sense of you're wanting to stand up or claim something. But the fact that the King of Swords is coming up is telling us that you're doing it in a very mature, very organized, very authoritative in a positive sense kind of way. And you're approaching the situation as far as, this is what I need from the situation. This is what we need to do moving forward. And this is how it's going to benefit everybody involved, right? The King of Swords is good at figuring out how to get what he wants by helping the other people understand how it's going to benefit them as well, what they're getting out of it. So there could be some kind of negotiating or coming to an agreement. Cancer, also here with the King of Swords, this is going to indicate for some of you that it is time to go get some direction, some counsel, some guidance as far as things you're planning for the future. Okay, I feel some of you are expecting that you're going to be coming into some success, and you're thinking about how to protect that which you've been working very hard for. And so you may need to go and speak with a lawyer or a financial planner or advisor to give you some guidance on how to keep your work safe or keep things moving forward smoothly. I do feel some of you are, I don't know what this is about. It's so very specific, and this is a general reading, so not sure who I'm tapping into here, but I feel some of you have been considering or thinking doing some kind of investigation, and you may be reaching out to a private investigator to uncover information about finances that you think are hidden. I feel there's a lot of thing here that you think somebody might be moving things around or trying to hide things or hide resources, or you're looking more in depth into somebody's history, like a background check kind of thing. But for some reason, I'm getting like private investigator vibes. Maybe some of you are wanting to do that kind of work, or you're feeling kind of guided to do that kind of work. But I feel here that some of you are going really, really deep into gathering information in preparation for moving forward with plans. Your next card here, my dears, is the Knight of Cups. Okay. So again, I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot readings for love and they see Knight of Cups and they think, oh, it's a player, it's a Romeo, it's a womanizer. And that can be the aspect sometimes. However, poor Knight of Cups, he's so much deeper than that. There's so many more layers to this. And the Knight of Cups, typically, when we're looking at the energy of Knight of Cups, it's about the pursuit of the things that make your heart happy. It's about the pursuit of beauty, of creativity, of art, of adventure. Okay, so it's about like bringing some fresh, like a breath of fresh air into your life. And Knight of Cups can indicate uh sometimes that we're coming into a time where we are receiving a lot of flattery, we are receiving a lot of praise, or being put up on a pedestal. And I'm going to be honest with you, Cancer, I feel that you have a lot of people around you that feel and sense that you're going places right now, right? You might have something that hasn't quite taken off, but there's people around you that kind of sense you're really motivated right now, you're making some positive changes. And you might have a lot of people trying to be around you, trying to put you up on a pedestal, trying to praise you. And I feel like it's making you a little bit suspicious or a little bit guarded. Like, what does this person want? Okay, or why are they around me? But the Knight of Cups is inviting you to be in a more playful spirit, to be in a more, kind of being in the moment, and, taking in beauty and romance and art and inspiration, and enjoy it for what it is. That doesn't mean that you have to completely and totally let your guard down, or that you have to forget your boundaries, but enjoy what you're receiving. Allow yourself to receive, right? If somebody is wanting to give you attention or praise or put you up on a pedestal or flatter you, enjoy that. You're not obligated to give more than what you feel comfortable giving, if anything. So sometimes the Knight of Cups comes up to teach us to receive praise, affection, attention, sometimes even generosity. Okay? Knight of Cups could also be, for some of you, a sense of like Spirit is trying to tell you that whatever you're working on, don't look at this as something to validate you. Okay? Because sometimes for me in readings, Knight of Cups can be the kind of person where they're looking for validation. So they set their sight on a person or a certain goal, and they feel like, well, if I manage that, then I'm somebody, then I've proven myself, then I've made it. And so sometimes this can be coming up to tell you, don't attach your worth or your validation or your identity to a certain accomplishment. Okay, sometimes it can come up in that way as well. Your next card here, Cancer, is the Page of Wands. Okay, now I do feel here, okay, that you have people in your life right now who are vying for your attention, who are vying to win you over. Vying means they're competing. You have people who are competing for your attention, your friendship. You might be in a relationship. You might have somebody trying to steal you away from that relationship. If you are in terms of work situation, you might kind of find that uh, some other companies or affiliates might be trying to kind of like scout you and pull you over into their side or into their company or business. I feel like there's this little tug of war over you. For some reason, everybody wants a piece of you right now. Everybody wants you right now. And so this is a good time for you to negotiate. It's a good time for you to negotiate. Don't be afraid to stand up and say, okay, well, what's in it for me? Kind of thing, or to ask for more. I feel like you're coming into a time where if you ask, you shall receive. That's what I'm hearing, Cancer. Ask and you shall receive. I do feel like you might be looking at this in terms of, well, who should I be loyal to or who should I be faithful to? But when the King of Swords comes up, King of Swords is saying that this is a situation where we need to think logically. We need to think logically. Page of Wands, you might be really kind of tempted to follow your passion. Sometimes it could be like a second adolescence phase for me where you're feeling cute and confident, and you know what you like, all the things you want to explore, and like you're expressing yourself more, and you're, you know, finding your vibe and who you are, and just that sense of like the world is fun and new, and like living for the moment, kind of energy. Okay, but sometimes Page of Wands can indicate someone who's coming in that they don't mean to be, but they might be a bad influence on us. So I feel, my dear Cancer, okay, you have some really good ideas right now. You're headed in a really good direction, and you have people that are wanting to hitch themselves to you now in advance so that they can go along for the ride. I also feel that you have someone who's coming in like a supporter or a cheerleader. And this came up for one of the other signs too. I can't remember which one, but if it was your moon or rising or something, please let me know in the comments and if it resonates with you. But you might have someone who's in your corner, like really encouraging you, and they're being very optimistic and they really believe in you, but they're encouraging you to do way too much. Like they're encouraging you to like, oh well, we're gonna manifest it and you're gonna be successful, and like the more you put into it the better, and things are gonna happen real quickly. And so this person might be encouraging you to take a very bold, very risky, big gamble towards your goals, your dreams, your ideas. And you need to stay in the King of Swords energy. You need to be balanced about it. They're coming from a genuine place. I don't feel like this person is trying to set you up to fail. I think they genuinely believe in you, but I think they're being a little bit naive and a little too like Pollyanna about it. Like, oh well, we're just gonna think positive and everything's gonna happen really fast. And that's not always the case. That's not always the case. So as you're moving forward, use your logic, use your reason, you know, go in it with a sense of like discipline and structure and order, especially if this is going to require for you to put money down. Okay, don't put in more than what you can bear to be without for a while, because this investment might take a while to come back to you. Okay, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time, right? And if you put every last penny into something and that investment's coming, but it's not coming for another few months, what are you going to do in the meantime? You're still going to have bills. You're still going to have things you have to take care of. So don't listen to this person. I think they mean well, but you have to listen to yourself. You have to trust yourself. And just because you're being cautious, it doesn't mean that you don't have faith. It doesn't mean that you don't believe, right? We still live in a world where there are uh, uh, time frames and just the way things work. You know, things don't always happen instantaneously. So I feel you have to just kind of not let the peanut gallery come in here and influence your decisions, right? I also feel here that many of you are uh many of you are surrounding yourself with very creative people, okay? Like artists, musicians, you know, very creative kind of people, and I feel like you need that energy right now. But I feel like you're being encouraged to not get too lost in it, not get too pulled into it. Okay? You need to be around the free-spirited energy, but don't let it completely and totally make you give up your schedule, your routine, your responsibilities. You know, stay grounded in that sense and use your logic, use your reason. You need this creative energy, you need this passion energy, but stay in the realm of reason and logic. Your next card here is the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is new opportunities. This can be a situation that seems kind of small, but it's going to expand into something bigger. It's like the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. But remember what I said? You might see that, and you might have somebody telling you, "Oh, put in, put in, put in, put in, put in, put in, put in." You know, And even though it's like the more you're gonna put in, the more you're gonna get out of it, still do it in a logical way. Do it in a timed way, right? Don't like do it as you can do it in steps. Don't feel like you have to go put it all in all at once. Ace of Wands also gives us a sense of going into things that you are more passionate about, expanding on passions, expanding on opportunities. Lots of fiery energy here between the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So some of you could have a fire placement that's coming really to the surface right now, or dealing with a fire sign in this process moving forward, or just kind of getting more in touch with your fire side. Okay, or with a fire energy, basically. Ace of Wands is going to be, you have to seize the moment, you have to seize the opportunity. Okay. I do feel some of you are feeling bad because you feel like you're seizing an opportunity that's coming from someone else's misfortune. And Spirit is telling you, don't look at it that way. Don't think of it that way. You're not a scavenger. You're not a vulture. Don't feel bad about it. You might have a friend or family member or somebody who has to give up on something, and now you have an opportunity to come in and take it over or purchase it. And a part of you is really tempted to say, well, no, that's sad because, yeah, I can really make stuff happen with this, but then they're going to see me being all successful with it and being all happy with it, and then like that's gonna suck for them, because they couldn't do it. You need to be in the realm of logic, in the realm of reason here. Okay. We can't always do things based on our emotion, right? And so this is a situation I feel the Ace of Wands is saying is that give yourself permission to go for this opportunity, right? Or maybe you're wanting to put yourself in for a job that somebody else wants, or a contest or a competition or something that somebody else is competing in, and you're like, well, I don't want to steal their thunder. This isn't about that. Okay, this is an opportunity that's presenting itself to you, and you need to give yourself permission to accept it. The next card here, my darlings, is the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups can be a lot going on, feeling very overwhelmed, many things happening at once, and having to make decisions and choices. Oftentimes, the Seven of Cups comes up for me in readings when you're the kind of person that you kind of grew up feeling or thinking that you want the wrong things. And sometimes it comes from childhood, right? Where you're like, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle, whoever, like, please, 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 can we get this toy? Or please, 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 can we get this cereal? And they're like, put that back. That's garbage. I'm not going to waste my money on that, right? And you're like, oh gosh, okay, well then I guess I like garbage, or I guess I like stupid things. And so we feel like we like things that don't matter, or they're not cool, or they're not important. So when we start to get into the realm of where we're manifesting and things are happening, and the universe is guiding us to exercise our free choice, our free decision making, we get scared that we're going to choose the wrong thing. Which one should I focus on? What if I pick the wrong thing? What if I go the wrong avenue? So I always say, when the Seven of Cups comes up, the best thing for you to do is write down the options. Okay, because maybe a lot of you were feeling very stuck, and now all of a sudden you're like, well, now I feel stuck for a different reason. Before, I felt stuck because I felt like there was nothing available to me, and now I feel stuck because there's a lot of different things that I can do, and I don't know which one to choose. So write them down. Write down the ideas, write down the options, and then take all the time you need. Don't rush through it. One by one, daydream. Imagine yourself living that life. Imagine yourself having made that choice or decision. Which scenarios or which choices, as you imagined them, made you feel the happiest? Made you feel like, yeah, I can see myself living my life like that. Once you have that in order, you start to do the research. What do I have to do to make this happen? How can I make this happen? How much time is it going to take? How much money is it going to take? How might I come up with that? Do I have to travel? Do I have to get a certificate or a degree? Do I have to learn a new skill? That way, you're going to all of a sudden go from feeling stuck to having a very clear action plan of which one you can start on now, and which ones are going to be the things that are going to be the long-term goals. I feel some of you have a vision of like a business or company that you're wanting to put out there, and it's going to have a lot of different parts to it. A lot of different parts to it, and you're thinking of how to get it all together at once, and how to, present it as this finished project, putting it out into the world. And Spirit is saying this is like a seed that you're planting that's growing into a tree. Okay, when you plant the seed and the tree comes up, it doesn't come up all at once. It doesn't come up with all the branches and all of the fruit. It's going to grow over time. It's going to be one branch, and that branch is going to split off into other branches. And so you have to pursue this and approach this in the same way, one branch at a time, and let it grow over time, naturally, organically. You don't have to have all the branches at once, okay? You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those may resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. Love readings for May will be up soon. The podcast will be up soon. My darlings, please, 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 please make sure that if you are scheduling a private reading with me, calendly.com/amethystangelite. It's in the description of the video as well. Make sure you give me the email address where you want your reading sent. And make sure that there aren't any typos. I beg of you, beg of you, beg of you. This can save us a lot of time and a lot of confusion and a lot of going back and forth. So just make sure, I know a lot of people have more than one email address. Make sure you're giving me the email address where you want the reading sent. And please make sure that there aren't any typos in it so that I can get it to you without it bouncing back. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Bye, my dears.